Bernhard, you have always represented the Masters in the game in an extraordinary manner. Can you reflect on the times over the years and give us some sense and feel about how you feel about this week?
Well, it's been an incredible journey for for a young man being born in a village of 800 people in Bavaria where golf was nothing, to make it here to get an invitation to play the Masters first time around when it was extremely difficult for European or international players to get an invitation. And then to win the first Masters on the third go-around was just a dream come true. It's incredible. As I said, golf was nothing in Germany. I had no idea when I turned pro what I was going to be facing. I had no role model. I had no one to compare myself with. I was just the one, starting something that nobody's ever done before in Germany. So coming here the first time, driving down Magnolia Lane, seeing this place was an eye-opener for me. I'd never seen a golf course manicured like this or a tournament run as efficiently as this has been. And what's even more astonishing is how they've evolved and improved and continue to make this the best experience for players, for champions, for the patrons, for you. I believe I can say that. Just looking around at this media building, it's incredible. And the things they continue to do with the drive, chip, and putt that I witnessed yesterday again, the kids having a big smile on their faces, the ladies amateur tournament, the tournaments they sponsor and provide in South America and Asia, and on it goes. The Masters brand has grown to unbelievable heights. And when you look around you don't see a tent. Everything is a solid building for 1 week of the year. And you go from the cheap food for the patrons to the parking. I don't have to tell you, you know all that. But I'm just throwing out a few things that makes this tournament so special. And for me as a past champion, to have our own locker room, to have our own parking facility, it's really unique, and it means a great deal. And I think I can say this for every champion. We're extremely proud to be wearing the green jacket and representing the Masters all over the world.
Bernhard, what does this week mean for you?
It's very emotional. You can tell already my voice is breaking a bit, just realizing it's going to be my last competitive Masters after 4 decades. It's going to be bittersweet. I think I knew it was time to call it quits as a player. I wanted to do it last year, but I couldn't with my Achilles surgery. The course is just getting too long, and I'm getting shorter and shorter, and I'm hitting hybrids where the other kids hit 9 irons and 8 irons, maybe wedges. So I knew I wasn't going to be in contention anymore. And, a few years back, I asked the chairman of the club, is there a time limit? Is there do we age out when we're 60 or what is it? And he said, no, you will know when it's time to quit. It's totally up to you. And it is time to quit. I'm just not competitive on this course anymore. We're playing 7,500 plus yards, and I'm used to playing courses around 7,100. I can still compete there, but not at this distance.
Okay, thank you. We're going to open the floor up for questions in English and or German. Tom, you first.
Hey, Bernhard. Tom D'Angelo from the Palm Beach Post. What was that like for you emotionally watching that video, number one? And secondly, with all these emotions, once you get inside the ropes and hit that first tee shot, will you be able to just play golf without thinking about that?
Usually I'm pretty good compartmentalizing. So when I'm inside the ropes, my mind switches to being a competitor and play golf and take care of the task in front of me. but it might get I might get a bit emotional just looking around and the spectators, seeing my family, my kids, my grandkids, my brother, and other friends that are going to be supporting me this week. So watching these two videos, obviously they're the two most important wins in my career, and it kind of put a smile on me how bad my English was at the time, and the red outfit and all that kind of stuff. I always teased Tiger. I said, see, I was the one wearing a red shirt first. He came later. Anyways, brings back wonderful memories. I think the second time in '93, my wife was greeting me with 3 of our kids. So a lot had changed, from '85 to '93. And there's just a lot going through my mind.
John?
Bernhard, when you joined the Champions Tour, did you envision that you'd be doing this 17, 18 years later? And if not, what keeps you going?
Yeah, it's a good question, John. No, I had no idea. I just try to be exempt, my whole life, which I was fortunate enough to be. I was exempt on the PGA Tour. I was exempt on the European Tour, even till I turned 50. And I realized in my late 40s, it got tougher and tougher out on the tour. Even though I lost in a playoff when I was 49 and a half at Fort Worth, at Colonial, I was in a playoff, but didn't win it. Anyways, I just thought I'll try the Champions Tour for a few weeks and see if I like it or not. I really had no idea what it was be like. And I think it was after 3 weeks I said, man, this place is great. This is where I want to spend the majority of my golfing life, and just kind of played less and less in Europe, less and less on the regular tour, and kind of focused on the Champions Tour. But even then, I was just trying to be one of the better players. I had no idea what kind of Champions Tour career I would have, and was blessed with fairly good health and a lot of success.
Ann?
Hi, Bernhard. Your success story is just incredible, particularly from your childhood, what you had to overcome. What would your message be to everyone about longevity, consistency, following your dream?
Yeah, those big words, longevity and consistency, especially in the game of golf. It's so fragile, it's so volatile. It's like the stock market. It just comes and goes. You hear major winners one day, and then you don't hear about them again 2 years later for some reason. So it's a difficult thing. I guess God has blessed me with tremendous talent and being a great competitor, but there's many other things that are important. You need to be healthy. You got to have a great support system, a good caddy, a good coach, on and on. The list goes on, and you got to be willing to sacrifice as well, because it's not always easy. When I tell some of the people I'm a professional golfer out on tour, and I go, whoa, that's got to be the greatest job in the world. It is at times, but you're away from family, away from friends, you're in hotel rooms. It's lonely at times. It's not always rosy and easy, and you got to be able to do all that.
Don?
Bernhard, 2 questions, if I may. First of all, congratulations on your extraordinary career. When you're playing your final round here, be it Friday or Sunday, do you think there's a place on the course or a moment where it might really hit you that this is it?
Well, if it doesn't hit me earlier on, it will definitely hit me on 18. I know that, but one of my favorite places was always Amen Corner here. It's just a beautiful part of the golf course, and the 13th hole, I've made eagle there on Saturday in '85 to get into contention, and I made eagle on Sunday in '93 to win. So that's become one of my favorite holes, not just because I made eagles, but just the beauty of the hole and what it demands from you. So, yeah, to answer your question, hopefully I can control myself till the 18th, but there's no guarantees.